Okay, now I'm streaming.
Should I close the door?
Once you're done with that, can you bring the humidifier? I already started. Okay, I think I have everything set up. Okay. I've never well, I've done live streams before, but um, usually oh my god. Um, but usually when I'm drawing, I rarely ever talk. But it's not like I'm gonna play Our Life. That's the game. I know no one's in here. I'm fine with that. I would be more anxious if there were people in here. I'm gonna play this probably for an hour and then get off. I really love this game. I felt like this would be an easy game. I bought the Baxter DLC and I also bought the other kids DLC. So I didn't really like Baxter that much, so maybe I'll just go with the other kids DLC. Also, let me make this clear. I use what do you call those things? Like guides and stuff. I like using the guides. Because I want what I want. I played this game already multiple times, so um, should be fine. I just realized, what the heck? I'm actually upset right now. There's not actually a guide for what I guess Baxter in them. Whatever, we're gonna wing it. Yep, winging it is what I do best in these situations. Ugh. As you imagine, the hill was dotted with the glowing firefly light. It perfectly reflected the memory. Wait, what is this? Let me go back to my menu. Yes. I meant to say new file. Just kidding. I'm just such a little scamp. Okay. Uh, no. I said no. All right, my favorite part. I love character customization, but I tend to like redraw these like this this shit, whatever this is. Because it's not detailed enough for me, but you know what? We're gonna work with it. All right, what type of girly am I? I always like chubby characters. I feel like they don't get enough attention, but chubby characters can be so freaking cute. Lazy eye. I like that one. I don't know. I like the ones where it seems like we're sleepy. Eye color. I like this yellow here. Looks like we're gonna eat someone. Um, it's very funny to me. But I don't know. I like the blue, which is calming, but I like this pink as well. Hmm. Let's go with that. Oh, I guess I could be not a girl, but I'm gonna be a girl. My favorite things to draw are girls. I'm going to be a girl. Oh, not the bob cut. They hit me with the blunt cut. Okay, I love this. Let's see the back. God, hit me with all these. They're so cute. Uh, it doesn't take much to make me happy. I'm a very simple creature. Very, very simple. Yeah, we're just doing the shorty in the back. Oh, good. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have anything too crazy. So I went with the craziest thing I can think of, which is white hair. I'm stupid. But, like, look at that. That's so cute. Alright. I mean, I guess I could, you know. Eh, nah, the white hair really is the best hair. Um, voice name. Default? Who the hell? Fine, let's just go with Jamie. Oh, I can change the name, thank God. Um, I'm so freaking bad with names. I'm really bad with names. I gotta think. Uh, I've been getting better with like pretending I'm good with names by giving people nicknames. Um, but I cannot. This could take me a while. What about Seti? Seti is a cute, cute Seti. See, all right. No, it's not. That's not gonna work. What about Sarah? Wait, no. Actually, I think my sister's name is Sarah. Oh, God, I'm so bad at this. Um. Let's just do Jackie. Ha, simple. Let's always go simple with that one. Liam, maybe Liam. Well, we could do Murphy. Let's just do Williams. I don't know. Her white hair is actually freaking me out now, and I think I want to change it. Let me see if I change the style. I mean, the style's cute. Her white hair is freaking me out. What if I made her blonde? I I feel like I should change her hair then. See, this is why this like character customization takes me about 2 hours to get right, no matter what I'm playing, because I'd be doing stuff like this. Beads. Oh my god, we're adorable. Oh my god. You hit me with them beads. I mean, those, what do you call them? Those, knowing me, I'm gonna struggle with this for the rest of my life. I forgot what they're called, but you know, these thingies. Like, there's a classic. That's a throwback right there. I don't even want her to be yellow no more. We gotta hit it with the. Oh, that's scary. Uh, it's still not coming together. I don't know. That's cool. Oh my god. There's a lot of two tone stuff. That's crazy. Hmm. Let's just go with this. Alright. Oh. Oh, okay. Got some different birthmarks. I don't know what the other one. Scar. Scar. Oof. I mean, I guess you could. I could put it in the middle of her head. I could give her all the things. Hand size. Slender, chubby. Chubby. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, I can wear glasses? That's so cute. I can't be having her look like Harry Potter out here, though. I don't know. Oh, you. All right. If you don't know anything about me, because I just figured this out myself, I love a mole on like under the eye. Like moles are cute. I don't care what anybody says. Let's have a scratch right here. Makes it seem like we're rough and tough. We're not, but oh yeah, like yeah, we can have one on our back, even though we can't see it. Um, let's have a like a scar on our arm, so it makes it seem like we play. You know, we play rough. We're rough. We're tough. We're tough people out here. Well, I don't have any freckles. So let's not do that. What type of clothing do I like? Oh, that's a good question. Usually I pick pants because I like moving with pants on in real life. I like dresses, but when I was a kid, I definitely did not like wearing dresses because you can't play outside if you wear a dress. Like they'll put you out on the side, and like when you're at home, obviously you're not gonna wear a dress and go outside to play. You're gonna wear pants. But let's go with skirts. I've always wanted to wear skirts more often, but just life doesn't allow me to be that way. Uh, accessory types. I don't wear hats very often. Let's go with necklace. Oh, okay, we're done. I don't know why I thought I played this game before. I swear. Summer in Sunset Bird was a special time of year. Your usually sleepy town began to bustle. No, don't skip. Just auto it. It was a popular tourist destination with people coming from all over to enjoy the beach, the weather, and the relaxation that came with both. The smell of the ocean, crisp and salty, hung in the air, bringing 3 whole months of schoolless vacation with it. During the summer. during, during the summer, your moms didn't like you to wander too far outside of your neighborhood, so you knew the area pretty well, and that included the people. Families came and went from Sunset Bird, but they mostly stayed and did what your mom called putting down roots. They built businesses, they got to know each other, and they definitely said hello to the nice young kids who waved when passing their stores. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how family was, or most. God, I just realized I had to look at the comments. Um, uh, hello. I like. I actually wasn't paying attention. Okay. Back to the reading parts. Going for a walk around town mostly meant that the familiar, friendly residents waved or asked how your family was, or most often just said hello. Okay. Oh, so I could choose. You didn't really get why they always had to say hi. They saw you every day, but you're not back at them anyway. You ended up saying hi to a lot of different people since most of the tourists that came and went every summer were the same ones. You were too anxious to say hi back to most of the other residents that greeted you, but they all knew you well enough to expect that. What type of person am I? Usually I'm very bold when I'm playing Our Life because you kind of have to like. I feel like my character has to be a bit more bold because if I am not as bold, I feel like I'm not going to interact with that much of this character. But since we're going for other people this time and not the main male lead, um, we just gonna do whatever we want. So let's just say we're too anxious. They still smile at you anyway, and that made you feel a little more comfortable. But today, there was a man sitting on the curb outside your house. Oh, he was. Why do I keep getting distracted? I'm not. I feel like when I'm sitting here by myself, I could just daze off, look around. I'm turning my head around, just doing whatever. And then the thing is auto playing, and I'm not really thinking about it. He was sitting with his head in his hands, his whole body slumped over, and you wondered if he was even a real person or a statue that had magically sprung up from the ground overnight. Whoever or whatever he was, you had never seen him before. One thing about knowing everyone in Sunset Bird was that people who you didn't really recognize really stood out. I cannot read. Why is this happening to me? It was rare for tourists to venture into the residential district, as your mom calls it. Moms called it. God. So for you, not knowing who a total stranger was set off a lot of red flags. Your mom's had a talk with you and your big sister Lizzie about this kind of situation before. All right. So you hadn't exactly been listening at the time. You think it could be okay to talk to new people. They mentioned that some people aren't good to talk to, but other types of people can help you even if you don't know them. You remember that it's okay to run away if you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to worry about being polite then. I'm gonna run away. Honestly, that would always be my first go-to, which is run. But you know, this is a game. We're supposed to be a little bit more interactive, but I already know what's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna, make it easy for y'all. I don't want to do it, so we're not gonna do it. So we're gonna run away. Oh, you weren't sure about the man or something? I forgot what it said. So still you felt a bit scared knowing that he was blocking the way to your front door. But you were pretty interested. You wanted to know more about what was going on, whether he was nice or not. You didn't want to be bothered. Uh, well, I can't get inside. So I'm thinking still a bit scared or like I'm interested. I'm not really that interested. So I'm gonna tell him to move. You're in the way. You slowed down, your mind racing for ideas on how to get past him unseen, but it was too late to escape. Hmm. Ominous words. My last words. There was a split second where your eyes met and you took in a shaky breath and your eyes darted to the sky, pretending to stare at a bird who was hovering up nearby. God, why can't I talk? Hey! His voice startled you and made you jump, but still you didn't look at him. No eye contact. The bird landed on top of a nearby gatepost and its black feathers ruffled against the gentle breeze. That sounds nice. Today was nice outside. Trying to keep your eyes on it was tough, especially when the man stood up and started to make his way toward you. Not wanting to seem too approachable, you fold your arms and stare. Still unsure about him, but willing to be friendly, you offered the stranger a smile. Your whole body was frozen in place as he approached. Um. Huh. Hmm. Let's say we're frozen. I feel like that fits in line with our character being an anxious type of person. Do you live around? Oh God, it's so fast. Do you live around here? Don't auto. Don't auto. Okay. You look the man up and down, taking in his tan skin and relaxed appearance. At least his clothes were relaxed. The way he was acting wasn't. He had sharks on his shorts and a stingray tattoo, and you wondered if he was obsessed with the ocean or something. Whew, excuse me. While you made your assessment, he looked at you expectantly, waiting for an answer to his question. Asking me questions. I'm a child. I don't have to answer them. I will continue to say nothing. Never make it easy for people. Don't be never make it easy for people. If you're already stuck in place, just continue to do nothing and say nothing. Make it harder for them to make them have to fight for that information. If you do, he rubbed the back of his neck uncomfortably, giving you a small smile. I don't remember him giving me $20. don't I don't remember this interaction. It's been a while. It's been like 2 years since I played this game, but I thought I remembered it pretty well. I don't remember this interaction. This is a bad look. Let's just be honest. This is a bad look. Like, you're giving money to a child to ask them questions about where they live. In what world did you think as an adult that would look good in anyone's eyes? Anyways, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a clean $20 bill. It crinkled in his hands as he held it up to you. Even more confused than before, you look back at him. Yeah, exactly. Well, could you do me a favor? Nothing bad. Sorry, I should have. Let me start over. Yes, indubitably. Start over. Um, he cleared his throat and stood up straighter. From where you were standing, it just made him look creepier. Okay. I have a son. His name is Cove. Who's about your age? I always, every time I play this game, that first choice gets me. It's like Cove. That seems like a strange name for an actual living person. To, to you, for an to you. Oh, that's wrong. Oh well, whatever. Exactly. Stranger danger. This man is doing weird stuff over here. Um, You chewed on the inside of your cheek. This guy was definitely obsessed with water. You thought that was pretty cool. Well, I like being a little asshole, so I'm gonna be like, that's weird. He wasn't the only person like that in Sunset Bird. We moved in across the street. See? I don't see. I don't, because I'm looking at my own house and I'm trying to get into my own house, but you're here, sir. You're in the way. I'm not facing your house, I'm facing my own. Move! He gestured toward the house that had been empty for a year, his watch catching the late afternoon sun and reflecting off the walls. The gigantic for sale sign was finally gone. You must be Jackie Williams, right? I met your moms earlier and they told me you were 8, just like him, so. Alright. And your first thought was to bribe me? You didn't have to do all that. A matter of fact, why don't you just go back to talking to my moms? Why are you asking me? Can you try to be friends with the boy? No. Every time I play this game, I feel like I'm so mean because I'd be like, why do I have to be friends with him? What do I need to do that for? He ain't got friends. That's unfortunate. Maybe because he's a little asshole. Honestly, you'll see as we continue playing. Like, he's not the nicest kid, but he gets better as he gets older. But starting off, I was like, wow, if I was a real child, you're getting in the hands. Exactly. $20 doesn't do much for me, but I'm probably 10, so I mean, I could go out and buy things. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I could barely talk to the people around me, but sure. I'll take that 20. It's going in the piggy bank. I'm gonna have so much money by the time I'm like 20. You know how those books, they're like, you have to keep saving money and stack on it and you'll be a billionaire by the time you're 30. I'm about to be a billionaire by the time I'm 20. Yes, that $20 is going a long way, guys. Just give it a chance and you can keep this. He's a good kid. You'll like him. You don't know me. But you gotta keep it a secret too, okay? It wouldn't be friendly to say his dad sent you. Then don't. I, I can solve that by not going. You eyed the man. You kind of felt sorry for Cole. Did other kids really get their parents to pay for friendships? I feel sorry for this child. Is he what? This definitely wasn't the normal way kids made friends. You knew that. Oh, well, yeah, there's no child. It's just him. Yeah, that's what when we meet Cove, you'll understand why he felt the need to do that because Cove is a little shit. He's actually quite mean. He's very mean. Um, but you'll see what I see. What do you say? Want to make a deal? No. I'm gonna run away now. I'm gonna make it look really fucking bad. I feel like I'm a bad person, but it's funny. You spun around and made a break for it. Okay. I don't know which one to choose. Stranger danger, no thanks, old man. You didn't offer any explanation. You just focused on getting away. I really want to scream stranger danger because that shit actually sounds funny to me. Are you just screaming that to an adult? You know he's not trying to hurt me, but like, how dare you offer me money? You're a stranger. Um, I think I'm going to like. I don't know. My character would seem like the type of person to say, you don't offer any explanation, you just focus on getting away. I feel like that would be more in character instead of actually saying something to him. But stranger danger, that's so funny. I don't even know what to do. Um, let's just stay in character. I know it'd actually be funny, but I don't think anything will really change if we say that. Nah, I changed my mind. All right. You turned on the spot and bolted down the street, ignoring his calls from behind you. Hey, come back. I'm sorry if I scared you. I didn't know how else to ask. The soles of your shoes slapped against the concrete sidewalk as you ran. Heat from the sun warmed on your face. I actually feel bad for the dad a little bit as we get to know him, but he is incredibly incompetent with his child. Like, it's actually kind of sad how little he knows how to deal with his own kid. Eventually, his shouting faded into the distance. You let yourself slow down and try to catch your breath, wiping the sweat from your forehead with the back of your hand. Dang, we were busting the move. We were really going for it. Yeah, I love characters who can run fast. If anything, like I love games. Like, I know that some characters do freeze up, but my favorite characters in any game is the ones who can run away. Please run away. We don't have to do all this. We could just leave. So I love that. The chirping of crickets in tall, dry grass echoed around you, and you lifted your head to survey your surroundings. You'd run right into the hills behind your house's backyard. From here, you could probably get back inside without seeing the guy again. All right, so there was a loose plank on the back fence. The fence was pretty high. I could pull myself over. You would be able to hide here until you left, then you'd go through the front door. Hmm. I could get Lizzie's help, or I could pull myself over the fence, or I could hide until you left and then go through the front door. Honestly, I think I'd rather do the back fence thing because if I go through, hypothetically, I know what's going to happen next, but let's say that he was an actual danger to me. Going back to the front door would be the stupidest thing to do because I would definitely be seen by that dude. He literally just said he moved across the street, so he would see me come back. Um, Now, I don't know what fence posts they're talking about, but the likelihood of me being able to pull myself over it is very, very low. Very, very low. I'm a 10-year-old, and while, yes, a 10-year-old could probably carry their own weight, I am a chubby 10-year-old. I don't think I could carry my own weight. I was huffing and puffing just from running down the street. So, yeah, nah. All right. And in real life, I would be huffing and puffing from just running down the street. So let's just go with get Lizzie to help me. You couldn't yell because the man might find out where you were, but your family would have oh my god would have to see you sooner or later. You took in a deep breath. You wanted to try to relax and couldn't. You weren't sure what, but something told you that you weren't alone. So you glanced around and introducing Cove, our main character, our male lead. Well, not right now because he's a child. Let me take that back. He is currently just a child and not the male lead, but just to let you know, he is the main character of this game. There was a boy sitting at the top of one hill, almost completely hidden within the long grass and white flowers surrounding him. This looks beautiful. Was it always like this? Well, the world will never know. Girl, yes, he's incredibly grumpy. All he does is be a grump the entire time he's a child. There's a reason for it, yada yada, but he's really mean. I just felt like, my God, this child is so cruel. I don't know, children are just always that mean, but this kid is mean. Um, his head was buried in his knees, staring ahead by himself. For whatever reason, probably just that he wasn't paying attention, he hadn't noticed you yet. You watched him a minute longer, feeling a little bit like you'd found a deer in the wild, though deer didn't have green hair, wavy eyebrows, huge glasses, pink cast, sad frowns. Which one should I pick? Um, say the pink cast. But this new boy did. Wondered how he got it. Uh, I feel like I can't read. I keep saying it, but I literally cannot read. After a few more seconds, you took a step forward, then another, and then he glanced your way. His aquamarine. Gonna fucking strangle these words. His aquamarine eyes reflected the light of the moon. You stopped, raising a hand to acknowledge him and show you weren't scary. I could say hi, Space Cadet, or are you lost? But I don't care about any of those things, so I'm just gonna say hi. With a start, he jumped to his feet, his hands balled into fists at his side. He didn't say anything, just stared at you in a strange way. He's he's been crying. There were traces of tears on his cheeks and his knees, soaking the hem of his shorts, and his eyes were still shining with a few more. You've obviously caught him off guard. Well, it's not my fault. Cry somewhere else. This is my land. He was your age, but he didn't look familiar. Maybe he was the boy that weird new neighbor had been talking about before you ran. The only way to actually know was to ask. Okay, so I could ask, who are you? I've never seen you. I could say, what's your name anyway? I could be like, you waited for him to say something. I think I'm just gonna wait for him to say something. I feel like I always took charge. It was very proactive in playing our life like multiple times over. And this time I really want him to be proactive. Now, this might result in him being really messy and really rude to me, and I will have words, but I'm still gonna choose the choice where he has to say something to me, even though I know he'll say something nasty to me. He sniffled a little, rubbing at his ruddy cheeks before he finally spoke. My name's Cove. I'm. Oh God, this voice acting. Did I forget that there was voice acting? I don't even have to say his words. You can see him hesitate, shifting his eyes to the side and then back to you again. How the fuck did I think there was voice acting if there wasn't gonna be voice acting? Whatever. My dad and me, we moved here. Your guess was confirmed. So, is this your hill? Yes, I own this entire hill. Be gone, peasant. Be gone from my land. He gestured with his uninjured arm to the patch of grass surrounding you, his face falling at the prospect. I can leave if it is. It definitely is. Get off my land. Yep. You can't own a hill. You shook your head. I think there was some moments, some gameplay that I did actually choose yup because I'm a little shit too. But I'm gonna say you shook your head. While doing so, you also picked at a strand of lint on your leg. What a weird question to ask someone. Oh, he sat back down with a thump, resting his chin on his knees again. Curious about the strange new boy with the odd dad, you sat on the patch of grass next to him. The pure white flowers that covered this hill rocked back and forth gently as the stars twinkled above. The way they dotted the sky made them seem like flowers, too. The night wind was cool as it traveled over the ocean and up the hill, chasing away the heat from the afternoon sun. So, why are you here? Why did your family move? Uh, I guess I'll just ask him why he's here. A quiet hiccup escaped Cove as soon as you asked the question. Almost like they'd never stop, his tears started up again with a vengeance. My parents, they don't want to live together with me anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot this game is heavy. There's a lot of divorce talk. As a child of divorce, as many people are who were born in the 90s and the early 2000s, yes, I feel this. Well, Not exactly. I wasn't as old as Cole when my parents divorced, but I still feel the things. I feel things. I'm normal human. I feel many things as well. I indeed relate to green-haired boy. The tears fell fast and heavy over his flushed cheeks, sticking in his dark lashes. Ew. My mom made my dad leave, and he took me with him, and now we have a house here, and I want to go home. The outburst took you off guard. By the time he was done wailing, Cove's chest was heaving with exhaustion. He sniffled and removed his glasses. Yeah, this is definitely high representation for the 90s kids. It can't be helped. 90s and 2000s kids, we all feel this. This is us. Can't believe it. I can't believe how accurate this is right now. I don't know. Once again, my parents did not divorce when I was 10. I was much younger, so less feelings were hurt. But I definitely know a lot of kids who lost their definitely had divorced parents when they turned 10. That was rough. He sniffled and removed his glasses, wiping at his eyes with the back of his hand before he put them back on again. I hate this place. I want my real life back. Now he's starting to sound like me. Yes, very relatable. I want my mom. Uh, well, okay. I don't know what else is to say to that. Uh, I'm sorry. You'll like it here. You just have to get used to it. Stop crying. I'm just gonna say I'm sorry. I definitely told him to stop crying at one point. He slipped his hands underneath his glasses and pressed his fingers against his eyelids. Cove wound himself up again for another long crying fit. What you want me to say? It's unfortunate that you feel that way, young sir. I will go home now to my two moms. See, I have a mom. I don't have any to spare though, unfortunately. Even though I have two, I have no moms to spare. You'll have to just do without yours. You felt bad for him being forced to come here with no choice. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess his dad is kind of lame. So yeah, I can see that being very frustrating. Nah, no, I don't. See, I have two, but I need two. And if I could, I would have three, but I don't have three, unfortunately. And honestly, because I don't have three, you can't have any at all. I can't share what I don't have. If I don't have three, how am I supposed to share two? Like, be for real. That's crazy. If I give you some, I have less. Do I what? You couldn't imagine, huh? There will be no sharing, okay? I will not share my mother's. It is mine and mine alone. We don't live in a village. This is my hill and this is my world and you're just living in it. Anyways, you couldn't imagine what it would feel like to live with only one of your moms, but it must be pretty hard. But from the way off in the distance, you heard your parents. There is no village. This is my hill. This is my world. And he's just living in it. He's just going to have to get used to no mom. Unfortunate. Not my fault. Be a better son. I don't know what to tell you. Jackie. Cove. Oh, wait. Is it a voice acting? I keep saying stuff, but I hear voices. I'm upset. Did I like turn it down or something? Oh, you know what? Who the what the who the Okay, let's save here. You can't burn down my hill. It's my hill. I own it. Kids, where did you go? Cove looked at you, tears still clinging to his cheeks. Don't tell them we're here. Yeah, but I have two moms that are looking for me, and once again, you still have no mom to look for you. So you're just stuck with your dad. Now, if you don't want your dad to look for you, that's on you. But you're not going to tell me that I can't have my mom look for me. Like, be for real right now. You're just jealous because I have two moms and you have none. Can you believe this kid? I told you he was mean. I don't want to go back to that house. I want to go home. There is some slight like talking, but I don't know why I can barely hear it. Let me look at the configs. Yeah, I don't know why I can barely hear it. Odd. Alright. You can handle it. You have to go. Don't worry so much. Sorry, I have to. It will be okay. This is another one of those things where, like, what would be the best for my character to say? Like I said, my old characters were like more proactive, and I feel like right now I'm just like I always put him ahead of my character and focus a lot on making sure he was comfortable. But this time I want to be comfortable, and I want my mom's. Like I said, this kid is so jealous right now. He's very jelly because I have moms, he doesn't. You know, he thinks I should share. Some people who are watching the stream think I should share, but I'm not going to share. He can't take my mom's. He can't have what I have because it's mine. Okay? So, ow, ow, ow. Anyways, that's not my fault. See, I'm being very delicate right now. You don't understand what I went through with this child. You don't understand. All right, well, I'm done talking to you. Anyways, I'm going to go home because I have two moms. Apparently, I'm the main character right now, and I have two moms looking for me. So I'm gonna go back to those two moms. Okay, that's the choice I made because this is America and the land of the free. I can do what I want. Stretching as you stood, you tilted your head back down to look at Cove. I can't lie to my moms about where you are, you know, and they're going to tell him. Slowly, Cove stood up with you, still looking at a little reluctant. His dad's voice rang out again. Cove, Cove, can you hear me? He looked toward the sound of his dad's voice, silent, and then turned away while rubbing his not bandaged arm. Sorry, I still don't want to go. Well, that has nothing to do with me. So, goodbye. I have a house to live in, and I have people who love me. Unfortunately, maybe you don't have that, or you feel like you don't have that. Either way, I'm going home. It's cold outside. I need to go inside, and I'm tired. Yep, yep, yep. Very true. You call out yourself. You wait silently with him. You try to convince him. I don't want to be a snitch. See, this is where I'm like, I'm not really the snitching type. Um, but I also could try to convince him. I don't really feel like doing all that work. I'd rather be more passive. So I'm just gonna wait silently with him and see how that goes. Yeah, I get it. You do? Well, I love my mom's. I love my home, so sort of. Before you could answer, you heard Cove's dad even closer than before. There you are, bud. The trio of parents appeared over the curve of the hill. Instantly, all their eyes landed on you and they rushed over. Alright, guys, take a look at them. You only get very few chances to experience this greatness of two moms. Both of my moms are incredibly hot. You're welcome. Look at them. That's all you get. Don't ask for anything else. They're my moms, not your mom. Both of your moms were at your side in a split second, faces filled with worry. They don't look that concerned. They look more shocked than anything, but that's okay. They're my moms. I know how they are. Jackie, you're here after. Wait, this just says mom. Like, who is mom? Which one of these two women are supposed to be my mother? And don't say, oh, well, obviously it's the black lady. That's not how genetics works. I could easily be any one of their children. Actually, why am I even say that? I know exactly how this story ends. But in the case, specifically saying as if this game was, if this was my first time playing it, then yes, which one of these women are my mother? Okay, that's really still not helping. I don't know which one is mom and mommy. Like, who are these people? Which one is which? I don't know who to direct these words towards. We had been at the park to check for Cove and then heard what happened earlier when you met the new neighbor. I thought you might have gone off further away. Alright, so no, we were just sitting in the grass. Why is everyone acting like this is a big thing? We're okay, don't worry. Cove just didn't want to go home yet, just yet. See, this is snitching territory. And I'm not a snitch. Unless I have to be for my own safety. But right now, I don't need to snitch on him. Because he hasn't pissed me off. But in other routes, he has definitely pissed me off. And I'd be like, well, Cole didn't want to do this. Yeah, I'm about to snitch on your ass. Just kidding. I never picked this one. So, because, I'm not a snitch. So, what we're going to do is say either no, we're sitting in the grass, or we're okay, don't worry. I'm going to put we're okay, don't worry. Thank God you're both fine. Oh, this is mommy. And this is mom. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Glad for that differentiator. Were you two having fun out there? Fun? I just watched this kid cry for a while. Unless I'm like some kind of psychopath, I don't really consider that to be fun. You looked over at Cove, who was wiggling against his dad's tight hug and pushing at his arms. Oh, whoa. I've never picked this choice. Like, ever, ever, ever. Um, Maybe this one? You shrug. I'm gonna put because I don't really know Cove right now. Like, who's this kid? You didn't think that was the right word to describe it, but weren't sure what else to say to your moms. Damn. He's mad. He's pissed. How dare you show me affection? How dare you find me, father? I'll kill you. That's not what Cove said. But it'd be funny if that's how he reacted. Finally letting go of his squirming, scowling son, Cove's dad turned to the three of you. Thanks very much for finding him. I really don't know this neighborhood. I, I wasn't intentional. I just ran away from you. Good thing Jackie knows this whole area so well. It wasn't intentional. I was actually just running away from you. Absolutely. We should be getting home now. It's been a long day for us all. Say goodbye, Cove. Bye. So rude. The two of them walked off into the darkness, heading toward the neighborhood. You watched Cove's bright pink cast until it disappeared. Tell you what, we'll have a proper play date tomorrow, okay? No. All he did was cry. Why would I want to hang out with this kid? Why do you think I would want to hang out with this kid? You're just making that up. Like, that never. I don't want to. Play date. Take that out. Your new friend's dad wanted to bring him by to see you and Lizzie. How's that sound? Uh. Uh. Yeah, let's just duck our head down. Both of your moms laughed, the sounds overlapping into a warm, familiar chorus. What's so funny about that? Wait, what do you mean he's a reflection of myself? What do you mean by that? What did I do? I look, I may not be as affectionate with my friends, but I can be affectionate if you know, I can do it. I'm not like Cove. I don't understand what you mean by that. I'm very offended now. Oh no! Oh, you mean my character? Yes, yes. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Oh no, no. You mean the character, right? Right? Mommy put her arm around your shoulder and led you towards the path. Satisfied and more than a little ready to go to bed after your long, exciting day, you followed them home. There's no room for your maybes. I'm going to pretend like you weren't trying to directly insult me. Um, but yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like my character is definitely cautious and doesn't really open up. That's definitely the vibe I'm trying to give this character. But like, that doesn't mean I need new friends. I have a sister. I have my mom's. What do I need new friends for? Like, be for real right now. Like, I need a play date with Cove of all people, the non real name child. Okay. Oh God. Choose your feelings for Cove. All right. Nervous. Um. Hmm. I don't know if I'm indifferent or if I'm fond of him. Like, I want to pick one of these two because I definitely am not at crush. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Let's put it different for right now because we really haven't really talked to him that much. Uh, I don't know. Maybe fond, but I'm still nervous. Oh, I didn't even know the expressions. That is so cute. All right, let's definitely go for indifferent. I just want to see what happens. I'm not even trying to go for Cove this game round. We're trying to get to like the other two kids, Derek or Baxter. Early the next. Oh, let me save. What am I thinking? I gotta save. Early the next morning, you were poking at your food, eating it slowly. Your sister's your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stay put. Today, just like your mom's had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Excited to see your new friend again, Jackie. Oh, why did I say it like that? Never mind. Um, I guess. With that said, are you done with your breakfast? My bowl was entirely empty, so I just responded in that way. Mm-hmm. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup again. Cleanup began, and then on cue there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. I know. Jackie, could you get it? Is it safe for me to go to the door at 10 years old and answer a door when I don't know who's at the door? No. Because mom said so, you wandered over to the door. Hey, Williams family, thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright lighting of your living room and when he wasn't crying. With his dad standing in front of him and mom and mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. He studied you studied Cove apathetically. This was the parents' plan, not yours. Not seeming any more excited than you were, he just stared back. Do you want to go play in your room, Jackie? Sure. No. First off, no, no, no. It's my personal space. I don't. No. Okay, so like when I was a kid, I really wanted people to hang out in my room and stuff because, like, that's what I would see on TV, and I kind of thought that was just normal or whatever. But as an adult, stay out of my room. You're in my personal space. Unless I guide you in there, I don't really want you hanging out there. Like, I didn't say he could come into my room, so don't actually come into my room. Like, we can hang out outside of the door, but like, don't come inside. I don't know why I feel so much more protective over my space now, but like, stay out. Like, get out of here. But whatever. They're kids. It's fine. It's fine. I'm a grown woman. I should be better than this. So my room is this way. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear the voice acting, but it's there in little pieces. It's just very low for some reason. Okay, let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids. See you later, son. Play nice. As if Cove can actually play nice. He can't. I guess I'm not showing a great example of how treacherous this child can be, but he has been messy, and I've had to clean up a lot of his messes. You lead him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. What treasures? I'm not seeing it. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. You think I'm messy? That's not true. I'm a very clean person. I'm very, yes. Yes, indeed. I'm not a messy person. That's crazy. It's crazy you would say that. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. You leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. I'm gonna say thank you. If one thing that my family has always taught me is to be very polite, I always say please and thank you. Cove, you're welcome. You smile at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art and you were glad he noticed it. Oh my god. Oh. He turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. You started to feel a bit nervous. You felt the atmosphere was a bit kind of awkward. You were glad for the company. You hoped he liked your room. To just stay in line with character, let's just say we started to feel a bit nervous. You wanted to say something but didn't know what, so you let him keep looking. Then his eyes lay down the tiny box of beach things you collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach. Do you have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box into the middle of the room, you and Cole flopped down next to it. Yeah. You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand. Neat. This is a good collection. You got the sense from the tone of his voice that he wasn't just saying it to be nice or to be like Shiloh. He actually. Shiloh. Shiloh. I don't remember who Shiloh is. He actually meant it. Shiloh is coming over. Shiloh? My sister's friend. Oh! Yeah, he just says yes to anything. But he was like, um, you'll see. All right, my sister's friend. He wants to meet you. Do I have to see him? It's starting. I told y'all that Cole was messy. This is where it starts. This is where it starts. It'll be okay, I think. Here, I found the shell in a log, and you pull out seashell after seashell, explaining where you got in each one, holding them up against the light. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed it off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you learned some of their scientific names. The collection was so huge and varied. You had funny stories to tell. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. We're going with the falter. You were really proud of your shell collection and made you happy that Cole was interested in it too. Apparently fascinated either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cole listened to what looked like the full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus, even if it was only directed at the shells. Kids, come down to the living room. You, you see that face? That is the face of messiness. The mess has begun. This kid's got a full ass attitude. I was shocked that he even had friends before he moved here because of this. Who is this kid? Watch him go off. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy. I'm here for it though. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because you found each other by accident and a parent didn't make it happen. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of that would be a bad idea. No, I'm not starting stuff on purpose. It's Cove. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. The king of messy, the king of petty. Here we go. Before you knew it, you both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. Until you sat side by side on the floor of your home's entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. I'll just say great. Bust it open. We can keep looking while we wait for Shiloh. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh, like he hadn't spoken aloud yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. I think this one is the best of them. Look at them teeth. This is the first time this man smiled. Look at them teeth. Oh yeah, I can let him take it. You can take it. Cole looked at you in surprise, his eyes going wide. Really? Sure, you like it a lot, right? But, uh-huh, but I don't want to take it from you. It's okay. You got the impression he was hesitant to accept something because he didn't know you very well. You let it go. Okay. You didn't want to pressure Cove too much. It was supposed to make him happy, not nervous. Plus, Cove is your new neighbor now. Maybe you could give it to him another time? The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of speech findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend? You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cole didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. This isn't a good idea. Yes. Y- yes. It's not, because you're a mess. I'm sorry, there's nowhere to go. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cole glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I can go out the window. No, you cannot. And what world? I refuse to believe that we live in a world where we have black parents and they'll just let us crawl out of a window. And what reality? That's how you die. You better hope you don't get tossed out of a window. I can go out of the window. He was already walking towards it, scrambling to think of something to say. You step forward and then pause. Do you want to break your other arm? Shiloh's the least scary person alive. Cheer up. Shiloh's gonna like you. Please don't get hurt. I'll come with you. Good idea. Let's go. Exactly. I'm like, no. Please do not jump out of the window. I'm just gonna say, please don't get hurt. I'm worried. What if something happens? The distance from the first floor living room window wasn't far, but you could tell it made Cole nervous anyway. He touched the cast on his arm. The wind had clearly released from his sails. I don't want to break any more bones. Yes, neither do we. I don't want to see you break any other bones. I don't think anyone wants to. Yeah, but I don't want to see him. I don't know him. Uh, I could tease him, comfort him, or encourage him. I don't feel like encouraging him. I'll just comfort him. You're right. Meeting new people is really hard. I'm sorry. Thanks. Child poked his head into the living room. It was impossible to know for sure if he'd heard what you been saying or not, but you guessed that he had. Hi, Jackie. Okay, so this kid is really cute, but he's actually younger than us. So he's not as. He's different because he's younger than us. And hi, Cove. Cove shot you an uneasy glance. He's like 6. I don't know what to tell you. Hi. I'm Shiloh. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckles. Right. I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at shells. Awesome. Can I do it too? Cole shrugged, then looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at the beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else. You held out a recent find to Cove, a scalloped shell that had washed up on shore. It's pretty color, kind of like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm. I remember finding a shell on the beach one time. That was also like this very light, like not even. It was like flesh tone, but not. It was just like incredibly light pink, like almost like a blush, and it was so pretty and so smooth, and it was just really a gorgeous shell. And I remember my mom had a bunch of shells in this like metal pot that she got from my great grandma. And there was a beach behind my great grandma's house that my relatives would go like visit and play in. And nowadays you can't because they're private beaches now. Obviously, no one can have anything for free. And but she had brought all of these shells, and I can't even tell you what happened to all those shells. Um, Usually, a lot of things got broken in my house, but I don't think the shells were one of them. But they were very pretty and they were very nice. And I remember adding some of my own to the collection. Um, but yeah, that's my memories of shells. Pink is a nice color. Okay. See? Why you say it like that? Okay. Oh, well, he's right. Even though he's wearing blue and only blue. Is it your favorite? Not really. What is? Maybe green or blue. It might be yellow. Oh, those are all cool, I guess. I like those colors too. They're better colors. Not sure how to deal with the suddenly more awkward silence. You look back at the shells. This, this is me so much. That's me. Okay. I really don't feel like talking. Mm, like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cole wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either. See, Cove is nothing like me. Said by my own character. Put it on the record. Is Lizzie coming back? Don't know. Oh, where'd she go? I think she's at the beach. Probably. Is she playing at her park? Cole's eyes lit up at the mention of the park and he looked towards you. There's a park? Yeah, but it's old. Can you show me? I want to go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement. Really? You do too? Right, Jackie? Ugh, oh my god. Really? You do too? Right, Jackie? The park is fun. Whatever, I tried it. I tried. Um, um, the park is pretty great. Yeah, it's right at the beach. I find it hard to be mean to Shiloh because like I said, he is younger than us. I don't know by how much, but he's younger than us, and like he's just too cute. Cute as a button. Yeah, it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do and lots of sand. It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool. So, are we going to find Lizzie? I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. Why wasn't Lizzie in the house with us? Like, why would we have to ask for permission to go to the park? But Lizzie was literally already out there. Okay, anyways. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your moms that it was so short she would always be allowed to walk there by herself. Oh, well, that explained it. When you found her, she was hanging on the jungle gym, swinging back and forth. Hey, Lizzie. Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide. Jackie, Shiloh. Hi. She dropped to the ground, landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You weren't sure if this was an improvement. Who's that? It's Cove. He's new. I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together. So she gestured wildly with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. I'm just gonna put this out there, but like once it hits like an hour, I'm probably gonna stop. Like, all right. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wriggle, whatever, sand. Anyways, nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas. You are? Yeah, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Jackie's age. I'm pretty sure Lizzie's only like 2 years older than us. So she's like 12. Yeah, thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits. 12. Wait, what do you mean by that? I thought we were 10. What about the other kids? Other kids? Darn, we're the only kids here, and Shiloh's just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of the ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth. Oh, for a second it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandpas? Or grandparents? Why did I say grandpa? Oh my god. Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids. Why? We haven't done anything. You interjected quickly, hoping Lizzie wouldn't take things too far. Cove sniffled, his fur increasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care what that she was there. He went into his own head. Shy was the next one to speak, completely unaware of the situation. I met Lizzie and Jackie in school. You'll see tons of kids there once summer is over. I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Chai looked down to the dirt. He hasn't had much luck striking up conversations with Cove. I like summer vacation a lot too. All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. As, as Shiloh's discomfort at how weird she thought Cove was at something else entirely, you didn't really know. But she laughed, face scrunching up. Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it. Ugh, it's right. For the rest of summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh, and on some days when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and the beach were. That first summer, you hadn't really been interested in him one way or another. He was just kind of a fact of life, someone you met with because he was there. Of course, that was the only start of things. Huh? Huh? Let me save. I forgot how this works. Mm, okay. Alright. I'm not sure where to start, but let's go to the library. Every year, the Sunset Bird Memorial Library held a summer reading program. Your moms and Lizzie were big fans of it. Mom and mommy, because it encouraged. Wait, actually, let me load that save again. Because I think we're supposed to meet other kids too. Come back before it gets dark, alright, sport? The familiar voice drifted across the street and drew your attention away from the snail you'd been watching inching slowly across the pavement. Cove waited in front of his dad, pushing his green hair back off his face from where the breeze was blowing it over his glasses. He looked to be paying only a mild amount of attention as he was being handled a few slips of green paper. It reminded you when you first met Mr. Holden, although he's probably not paying Code to be friends with himself. Cole's dad seemed to feel your gaze somehow, or maybe he made a noise because a second later his eyes were on you. He waved you over with a smile. He looked happy to see you, but you still felt a little weird for getting caught. You gotta learn how to be more sneaky. You brushed your hands together to free them of sand, then jogged over to join the two. Good to see you again. What excitement are you up to today, Jackie? Nothing. This character might just be me. Nothing. Not really doing much. Just hanging around. You told the pavement in front of you it would be nice to tell them about the snail you found, but you didn't know if they liked snails. After you finished answering the question, Mr. Holden's attention returned to Cove, who was preoccupied with folding the bills he had into a tiny rectangle. Sounds fun. It does? You weren't sure about that. You know, Cove was about to hit the stores by the beach. Why don't you go with him? You shrugged. Cove was in the process of making a similar motion. You didn't have anything else to do, and you hadn't been to the stores in a few days. Maybe there was something new to look at. Maybe, is that okay? I was going by myself, but I guess it is. You don't have to. Great. I'm sure you guys will have loads of fun. Mr. Holden reached into his pocket and pulled out a leather wallet filled with money. You found it odd since your mom's only ever seemed to have cards in theirs. Here. He leaned in to pass a crisp 10 to Cove, giving him a wink and a whisper. Get something for your friend, too. Okay. Maybe I do relate to Cove because I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? You could just give her the money. That's my boy. Cove's dad ruffled his son's hair as he was straightening back up, the bill in his hand still held out towards the green haired boy. Take care. Cove accepted the bill after a second and slipped it into his pocket. Then, with one last nod to his dad, he turned and started walking. You followed after him, intrigued at the possibility this outing might bring. Cove strayed towards the gentle tide, creeping up the sand, and you fell into place beside him. It was a nice day. The sun was shining, and there weren't many clouds in the sky, though the wind coming off the ocean kept it from being too hot. You took in a deep breath, enjoying the scent of salt and ocean air. When you looked at Cove, he was dragging his feet through the sand a little, and you slowed down to wait for him, his eyes searching the ground intently. Okay. Are you looking for snails? Are you looking for shells? What is it? You didn't feel the need to ask why. I don't feel the need to ask why. Searching the sand in front of you as you walked, you kept an eye out for any cool shells you might find that you could add to your collection. The comforting sound of the waves filled the silence with pleasant white noise, and you played a little game with yourself as you walked along, getting as close to the water as possible without getting wet. It resulted in you having to run up the sand quickly when a wave rushed in more than a few times. Although Cove threw a few glances your way, he didn't say a word. I didn't either. What do you want to go to shots for? What do you usually do on the beach? Alright. I need a new sand pail. Yeah, what happened to your old one? Cove narrowed his eyes, seeming to think deeply for a second. It disappeared. It disappeared? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? What? Really? Cove ducking his head down, lacing his fingers behind his back. It didn't seem like he was going to continue, so you nudged his arm. How did that happen? Well, Cove opened his mouth and then shut it again, considering. I took it to the beach one day. Uh-huh. When I got home, it wasn't anymore. Anywhere. You left it there? Nope, it wasn't at the beach when I went back. Then you lost it. It disappeared. What about you? What do you think out? What do you do out here? It disappeared. No, you lost it. That's definitely what. Okay, whatever. Anyways, I don't come to the beach a lot. I like swimming. I like looking at the fish. I like to build sandcastles. Nothing. Hmm. I like looking at fish. They don't like me, so they always swim away if I get close. But they're pretty before that. Cool. Starfish are fun. They aren't going anywhere, even if you touch them. A small laugh escaped you. That's true. Once you reached the shopping area, the noise level grew exponentially. No longer just waves and footsteps, but the chatter and people enjoying the lovely summer day. The call of the birds trying to find bits of food left behind, and lots of salespeople trying to get attention. Uh, uh, Alright. You sniffed the air as you walked towards Cove. You could still smell the ocean, but there were other scents now too. Pizza, pretzels, hot donuts. It was nice. It was not very nice. It was alright. It was nice. The energy surrounding the area seemed to fill you, and there was a bounce in your step as you began looking at all the familiar sights. There were so many things to do, you didn't know where to begin. You looked at Cove, hoping he was just as excited as you were. Cove was glancing from one side of the street to the other with a look in his fuck, aquamarine eyes. Acorn becomes a tree. Jesus, that you couldn't quite work out. What's that? He pointed to people gathering near a few tables with large and colorful umbrellas blooming from their middles. You couldn't see past the adults who were blocking the way, but you knew there must be something worth seeing. Without another word, the two of you hurried over to see what all the commotion was about. Feast your eyes on the amazing Alexander! In the center of the crowd was a man with a tall hat and a funny green coat that had three long tails. There was a little table next to him with a cloth hanging over it that read "The Amazing Alexander" in glittery golden script. Why tell people his name if it's already on a sign? Cove hummed with understanding, then turned to walk away just as the amazing Alexander began shuffling a deck of cards. You bit your lip, reluctantly starting to follow after Cove again. You continued looking over your shoulder, however, wanting to see as much as you could before you got too far away. Hey! Not watching where you were going proved a bad idea as you bumped right into Cove. Oh, sorry. Did you want to stay or something? If that's okay. He briefly lifted his arms up off his sides before returning them to place. You could have said so. With that, it began. The magic man pulled one card out of the deck, showing it to the curious onlookers. It was a 4 of diamonds. Watch closely. You did, squeezing through a few of the adult onlookers to get a better view. Suddenly the man snapped his fingers and the card just disappeared. Whoa. That amazing Alexander, who had earned his title, turned his head and looked directly at you. He reached out with a kind smile. What's this behind your ear? Nothing. It was true, you didn't keep anything there. He smelled like popcorn and candy when he stepped closer, and you wrinkled your nose in confusion as you watched him. You felt a tug, and then he pulled the 4 of diamonds out from behind your ear. What? You knew that it couldn't really have come from your ear, but you still didn't get how he'd done it. There was light applause from the crowd, and the man gave a deep bow. This is for you. The magician plucked a pair of balloons from a clump of them tied down to his table. Both were in the shape of a dolphin instead of being a normal circle. And one for your friend too. Thank you for being my assistant. Wow. See, I could have backed away because that would have been more in character, but like, I want the fucking balloon. Imagine if you got a dolphin balloon. I want that fucking balloon. I demand a dolphin balloon. That's all I ever wanted. That's all I ever wanted. Ugh. Now you're really grateful he chose you. After that, he went to someone else in the crowd. Pick a card, any card. My uncle does that every time he visits. Not the balloons, the stuff with cards. Cove spoke plainly while reaching over to take the dolphin that had been designated for him. Alright. See, this one... Alright, Cove. You ain't special. The fuck? Why you like this, dude? Alright. Maybe it wasn't so special. Cove was just ruining the fun. At least you had a fun time. You wonder if Cove's whole family was magical. Yeah, that's a stupid thing to say. I love stupid choices. Especially if it irritates people. But, let me think. What's in line with my character, though? Maybe it wasn't so special. Or At least you had a fun time. Let's pick. Maybe it wasn't so special. It's too bad, but you kind of wanted to meet Cove's uncle. If he knew how to make things disappear too, you thought that would be pretty neat. The crowd started to clear some, and you noticed to the side there was a whole rack of brightly colored kaleidoscopes on display. Alright, so I could pick up a kaleidoscope, pick up a Rubik's Cube, pick up a magic 8 ball, or walk past the toys. I am a magic 8 ball is my thing. Like I like magic 8 balls, so kind of want to go for that instead of the kaleidoscope. But what would my character really like? I feel like something that doesn't talk would be great. So let's go with the kaleidoscope. Oh, you shifted your balloon string to your other hand so you could bring the mysterious tunnel to your eye. A whole palette of colors appeared right in front of you, spinning into all kinds of different shapes as you twisted the end of the tube. Hmm. Cove picked one up and looked through, twisting the tube at the end. After a second, he set it back on the rack, moving to the other side of the stall. He went under the awning, careful of his own floating dolphin, and you joined him. Do you have places like this in your old town? Are you having fun? I don't really like it here. You said nothing. Mmm. Another hard choice. I will say this game gives you a lot of options. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's ask him about his old town. Cole blinked at you for a moment and you wondered if you shouldn't have asked. You know how much you missed that place. Not really. You nodded understanding, looking over at the stalls nearby. More dolphins, I see. While Cove looked at the sand pails, you were drawn to a table with colorful keychains laid out on it. They were sewn in the shape of sea creatures, and there was a plaque that read "Handmade," standing proudly in front. There were lots of different types. You saw a dolphin, a shark, a crab, a turtle. Alright, so I could pick a dolphin, a shark, a crab, or a turtle. Obviously, turtles are like the coolest, so. I mean, dolphins are kind of evil, but their shape is really cool. Sharks are actually dumb as fuck. They're like really dumb, in my opinion. And then there's crabs. I don't like crabs. I just don't. I don't even like eating crab. Like, I don't like crab meat. I don't like how some crabs look. I'm gonna pick the turtle. Your hand stopped on the sleeping turtle, just barely poking its head out of the shell. Take what back? I shitted on almost all the animals outside of the turtle. Which one? Sharks? Get out of here! You're not sitting here defending sharks in my chat. Get out of here. It had flecks of metallic green on its back that caught the sunlight when you picked it up. You remembered the turtles you had seen in a movie. You had been memorized by the way that they gently glided through the water. You were instantly enamored. Checking the price though, your heart felt. $6. You didn't know much about money, but you thought that was a lot to spend on one thing. You barely have more than a $5 bill to your name. Is that what you want? Huh? Oh, it's $6. I didn't bring any money. It's fine. Really, really? Are you sure? Hooray. You don't have to. I don't want you to get it for me. I'm gonna say I don't want you to get it for me. Okay. You really did like the keychain. You just wanted to pay for it with your own money. It was then that you saw Cove was holding a small yellow bucket for himself. You slowly put the soft toy back down on the table, only glanced back once before you followed behind him to the vendor. After Cove paid, the two of you stepped out of the store side by side, and your balloon dolphins knocking together and spiraling around in the air. You watched Cove hold up his new pail to his face, examining it thoroughly. Hey, Cove. Yeah. Does your dad always give out money like that? Nothing. Um, well, if we're going to say something, we need to finish what we said. All right. From what you've seen, that happens a lot with Mr. Holden. You've never met anyone else who shares dollar bills with people all the time. Cove frowned, looking confused. When I'm going somewhere, yeah, I guess, and I get an allowance one time a week when he remembers that. You thought about bringing up how you and Mr. Holden had first met, but only for a moment. It felt like your feelings might have been hurt if your parents were offering to pay people to be your friend, and that was meant to be a secret. Cove looked further down the street where different food carts were lined up. He rested his non cast arm over his stomach, and just as he did, yours let out a light growl. You hadn't eaten since breakfast. After all this wandering around, you were definitely ready for some lunch. Let's get some food. Yeah. You two wandered around a short while looking at all the delicacies that were available. Everything looked delicious as the different smells, both sweet and salty, wafted, wafted, wafted. Stomach growled. Alright, after passing up hot dogs, snow cones, ice cream, and pizza, you both agreed on pretzels. Actually, I just had pizza because I had like fucked up dinner, and we went to this like pizza place that has like the most insane name, like pizza. Like that's literally how it's pronounced, is pizza. And the pizza box was massive. First off, this pizza was so fucking expensive, but it was like massive. And when we started eating, I only got through two slices. Only bought one box of pizza. The pizza box is huge, like larger than a New York sized pizza. Like we had to put this thing in the trunk because it literally was not going to fit in the like back seat or even in my like lap as we went home. And we finally get it up here and we eat. First off, I couldn't really enjoy it that much. I feel like I could only enjoy it as a cheese pizza, but like it was well made. It was a well made pizza, not too greasy or anything like that. But there was just way too many pepperonis on there, and it was the tiny ones which pack way more punch and flavor than the larger size pepperoni. And like I just couldn't get through it. I really couldn't. I had to like tear it apart and eat like pieces of it, and I had to rip off all of the like pepperonis because it's just too spicy for me. Like the pizza in theory would be good, but like I just couldn't enjoy it that much. But it was a huge fucking pizza. We were trying to well I wasn't, but my partner was trying to wrap it up, and like it doesn't fit in Ziploc bags, like not even the large ones. It's a crazy large pizza. Unfortunately, they will be eating that for the next couple of days because I can't get through it. Yeah, pepperoni is spicy. Especially the smaller ones, they pack more of a punch. Like honestly, pepperoni is actually quite salty as well. It's not very good for you to eat too much of it. Yeah, so just be careful with pepperoni. Things like pepperoni salami, like salami actually gives me a headache. Pepperoni is just it's intense for me to eat if it's the little tiny ones because the cut is thicker and it's just a lot more condensed. Especially when it's cooked, it feels like so much flavor is just being released. You don't like pepperoni, but you like salami. I want you to I want you to come back to me on how broken you are. I want a 300 page, like 300 word essay about like why you are broken as a person. They're not that different. They're not. All right. So Cove got something sweet and cinnamony, and you got these aren't extracurriculars. I'm giving you homework, a punishment to be honest, because you need to learn your lesson. Be normal. That's what I'm trying to tell you, to be normal. Pepperoni is a normal thing to eat. Eating a bunch of salami, that's abnormal. Pepperoni is slicey. What do you? I mean, spicy. Damn it, spicy. It is spicy. What do you mean by that? Like you have to. Like, have you ever eaten a slab of pepperoni? No. What do you mean? It's spicy. What? Huh? Wow. I'm like actually in shock that you are calling me weak because I think pepperoni is spicy. It is spicy. If you have never had the thick pepperoni before, then you wouldn't know. All you eat is salami. How would you know? Anyways, got a plain one, got one with cheese, got one with sprinkles, got one with chocolate, got the same. I hate cheese. Like, I actually hate cheese. We're gonna go with got one with chocolate. You don't eat a slab of pepperoni on a pizza. You eat thinly sliced pepperoni on a pizza. But if you eat in like a large chunk, like a slab or like the stick of meat, like a fucking pepperoni, it's spicy. What the hell? Also, like, yeah, I'm gonna assume you only eat salami because you say you don't like pepperoni. So you probably have only eaten pepperoni on pizza, but you haven't eaten like a lot of pepperoni before or like thick slabs of it. I mean, cheese pizza is fine too, but I don't use. If I have pizza, I'm not trying to get cheese pizza. Like, that's not the first thing I think of. But in this case, I probably would have eaten cheese pizza and been better off because it was way too much. You have never eaten a well balanced diet in your entire life because all you eat is salami. You're practically a sausage. You lick your lips hungrily as the vendor handed you your pretzel over, ready to take a big bite. It had tiny marshmallows on it and was dripping with chocolate, just how you like it. What did I order? A pretzel? That sounds like a lie. I'm not deflecting this well balanced diet of only salami. Your moms don't like you to eat too much sugar, but this was a special occasion. There was nothing special about this occasion outside of we walking outside with this boy with the pink cast. But okay. We found an empty table close enough to the beach that the grit of the sand made terrible noises when you dragged the chairs out to sit down. Mm. These balloons are gonna make it hard to eat. Cole placed his bucket on the table as he stared at his still baffled, still balled up hand that was wrapped around the string. Because you said it yourself, Fox Boy. That's how I know that you were only eating salami. Because you say you don't even like pepperoni. So you must be eating salami. More than pepperoni. And the most amount of pepperoni people will get would be like pizza and stuff like that. But how are you eating salami? You must be eating it by the pack. Like, what are you eating that has salami on it? Name it. Because it's only the only thing I can think of is a sandwich, which has more than just salami on it. Usually, you don't even just get salami on a sub sandwich. Yes, a sandwich. You open your mouth to agree before an idea hit you. I know. After carefully placing your pretzel somewhere it wouldn't get sandy, you you tugged the balloon dolphin out of Cove's hand and tied it in a delicate bow around his wrist. Cove bounced his arm up and down in place, testing the stability of your knot, and after watching his balloon jostle around but remained attached, he smiled satisfied. Could you help me too? I can't tie it to my own wrist. He repeated the ritual. Cove struggled somewhat with the cast restriction, his fingers on one hand and the string already tangled around the other. Got it. The two of you spent a moment admiring your handiwork, Both hands now free to allow each easy munching on your pretzels. I don't even really like pretzels that much either. I place in a sandwich and it is delicious. Delicious. Uh, you're gonna get gout. You better be careful. Also, I have to take a break. I need to get water. Okay. Alright. I'm back now. Ugh. Whew. Alright. So, until you spend a moment admiring your handiwork, now you can eat your pretzels, yada yada. You put into the doughy treat, savoring the taste on your tongue with a smile as you looked out over the ocean. After a time you finished your pretzel, you were done before Cove. It was boring not having anything to do. You pulled out on the string of your balloon to bring it down to your level, then you held the dolphin in your hands, manipulating it to look more like it was jumping through the air. If you turned to face towards the beach, it almost looked like he was swimming in the waves like a real dolphin. A laugh came from your side. When you glanced back at Cove, he had left the remaining parts of his pretzel in the wrapper and was gripping his dolphin too. Alright, so mine's name is Merryweather. He's the Prince of Dolphins. My name is Splash. They star in movies. Mine's name is Cherry. She's actually an alien. My name's Sam. They're just a regular dolphin. I want to call it Splash because I think Splash is such a fucking cute name for like a sea creature, especially a dolphin. That's adorable. Okay, that's just adorable. Their trainers used fish and treats to help them perform tricks. They're the most famous dolphins in the world. You sighed, wishing you could star in a movie with a real life dolphin. I do not. If um if you don't know, dolphins are actually like dangerous in my opinion. They're very smart, very clever, and very like intuitive animals, but they're fucking malicious as fuck. They're petty as fuck. The most pettiest motherfuckers in the sea. They are the worst. They have all types of very complex relationships with other sea animals that can border onto just downright evil. In my opinion, dolphins are evil. So I don't like dolphins, and I would never want to be in the same like water as dolphins. I'm safe on land. Dolphins can't reach me there. But once I'm in the ocean, that's their territory. They can do anything to me. That's the scary part. They can literally get away with bloody murder because they're dolphins. Remember, don't ever trust a dolphin. What's yours? Cole considered this question, placing the balloon against the table and resting his free arm across it in contemplation. It's, with a loud pop, the dolphin exploded into ribbons. Oh no! For a second, all Cole did was gape, gape in shock like you. Then his cheeks puffed up, squinting his eyes, and you saw tears start to glisten. You made a joke. You offered to find Alexander. You offered to give Cove your balloon. He didn't say anything. He would be all right. Oh wow, that's damn. Let's go find Alexander again. We could go find the amazing Alexander. He could give you another one. You don't want to see Cove cry, and that's really all you can think to do about it. No, no. Cove stared sadly at what was left of his dolphin, tears rolling down his cheeks. He wasn't moving an inch from that spot. You thought that was too bad, not even trying to get another one, but if that's what he wanted to do, you couldn't stop him. Cole spent the rest of the outing sniffling and didn't talk much. The passing of the Cole's balloon was the last major event of your adventure. In the end, the two of you headed back late that afternoon. You separated on the beach, and while Cove went straight home with his brand new sand pail in hand, you decided to sit for a while. You watched the waves and the sunset. This is actually beautiful. Um, if I was a kid and I had all this to look at, I would feel incredibly small, almost like insignificant in a sense. Um, the vastness of the ocean really does put things in perspective about how like little you are. Like I'm actually very terrified of the ocean and especially of drowning in the ocean because it's so large and so insurmountable. There's like there's a feeling of like emptiness. Like there's nothing to grasp on. You just keep sinking and sinking. I don't know why I got suddenly deep and poetic in this moment, but I went to Jamaica and I saw like a similar sight as this, and it really I I don't know. I felt conflicted. Like at first I felt like, well, it's just a beach, it's not that big of a deal. But another part of me realized that also it's not just a beach. We're on the cusp of something even larger, and the ocean just reminds you how big this place is. Like in the United States, I feel like you forget this is a large piece of land. And then when you're on the beach and you're on an island or something like that, you realize how small that island is compared to all of that land. And like, I don't know, I just be thinking deep, but that's not really important. Anyways, another summer day was drawing to a close. It had been nice for the most part. Hopefully, there wouldn't be any tears next time. Whew, whoo, child. All right, let's do grown up. Wait, have I ever done the sleepover and fireflies and stuff? All right, let's just do grown up. One sweltering. Oh, let me save. Oops. Okay. One sweltering summer day, you were in your living room with Cove, listening to the sounds of the birds chattering outside the window while you lay across the rug on the floor. Cove's dad had dropped him off earlier, and your moms had left the two of you along with Lizzie to play amongst yourselves. It had been too hot to go outside in the afternoon, at least according to Mommy, so your sister was starting to get impatient waiting for her golf class that evening. The three of you had trouble finding something fun to do. The beach and the playground were off limits, and you felt that it was too warm for anything like playing with your fuzzy toy animals. Then suddenly, a light came to Lizzie's big brown eyes, and her smile spread wide across her face. Having an idea gave her a new wave of energy. Since we're stuck inside, we should be adults. They don't play outdoors anyways. They're always inside and telling everybody they're too busy to play. Yeah, exactly. Why? I said I said why. It'll be fun. Duh. Being an adult is not fun. Hell, being a child wasn't fun. I don't know where the fun really starts. Maybe when I get old, like I'm an elderly person. What did they do inside that we don't? Besides, use the phone a lot. Mmm. Excluding a small, excluding a small huff, Lizzie decides to ignore Cove. Jackie, what do you think? Do you want to? Cove said it doesn't sound like fun. I bet we could come up with something else. I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. Please, Jackie. When have I ever had a bad idea? I just just looking at this character and I'm thinking she's had multiple bad ideas, and we know how it is. We know what this is. I forgot what he said. Whenever we play with you something, I wasn't asking you. I'll try it, but it sounds boring. Okay, okay, I'll stay. Sorry, I have other stuff to do. You keep hesitating. I'm gonna keep hesitating. As long as I never have to make a choice. You look down at your hand, still unsure. Apparently tired of waiting for you to make up your mind, Lizzie sighed. Fine, go play over there, Jackie. You flinched from her raised voice. It definitely wouldn't be fun to join now. Me and Cove will do it ourselves. It's decided. He looked ahead blankly. I guess. Now go on. Nodding goodbye to the two of them, you trailed off to find something else to do. Like he promised, Cove stayed put with Lizzie for the next couple of hours while you watch TV, play Godzilla, read a book, build a fort. Building a fort? That was like my number one thing to do when I was younger. I would build forts in my grandparents' like apartment all the freaking time. I love building forts. You could hear them talking as you raced to your room to take the pillows and blankets from your bed. When you went back downstairs, you also took a couple of cushions from the sofa and found a spare blanket in the hallway cupboard. The dining room was the perfect place for building a fort. When you pulled out the chairs and covered them with the blankets, you had built you had plenty of room beneath the table to do whatever you wanted. You had just scattered the pillows inside the fort to make it more comfortable when you heard Lizzie and Cole's voices again, and this time they were much louder. Curious about what was happening, you craned your neck to hear them better. At first, you mostly only picked up on Lizzie's high pitched shouting, giving orders, telling Cove what to do, yelling about sports and the Olympics. That was pretty typical for Lizzie, so there was nothing new there. But then you started hearing Cove more and more as time went on. It sounded like they weren't having very good time. You stayed put, you went to see what was going on. Alright, let's be nosy and see what's going on. You abandoned your pillow fort to go check what was happening with them. Are you okay in here? From up close, you could see that your sister was red faced and pouting while Cove mostly just looked confused. Either one paid you mind. Shut up, Cove! Damn, Lizzie. Damn, Lizzie. Lizzie's not playing. You're being so unreasonable. I don't get what you want. This game doesn't make sense. It does. You have to be realistic. I said that. But you're not. The argument was so high strung that it was making you a little bit uncomfortable. You had no idea what to do to make them stop at this point. It seemed like the two of them would just keep working each other up as long as they could. Had the two of them be- had the two of them been arguing this like this the whole time? Thankfully, like a greeting card angel, Mom walked into the room. Lizzie rushed over to her, hanging onto the hem of her skirt and poking out her tongue at Cove. Lizzie, Jackie, it's time to get ready to go. Sorry, you have to leave already, Cove. Their mommy said she'll walk you home so you won't be left in the cold. Cove was still glaring at Lizzie, his face flushed red with anger. I can go by myself. But without giving Mom a chance to stop him, Cove stood up and stalked out of the room, shoulders drawn tight. Okay. Worried, Mom turned to look down at you and Lizzie. You two were playing nice with our new friend, weren't you? I'm gonna just tell the truth. I don't know what the fuck happened because I wasn't really there for it. They were fighting, Cove and Lizzie, for the whole time. Your sister's jaw dropped, looking betrayed, as Mom put both hands on her hips. Elizabeth, I told you to be kind to him. He's having a hard time right now. Lizzie's mouth closed back up, replaced by a tiny frown. I know I tried, but he was. No buts. We both know you can show someone a great time when you put your mind to it. We're going to apologize to Cove and his dad over the phone when he gets home from work tonight. Lizzie hung her head, dragging a foot across the ground in front of her. Alright. Okay, Mom. Good girl. You caught pieces of Lizzie sulking to herself about how it was his fault, too. But it was over. Alright. We better get a move on. Let's go, kids. Nolani? Where do you leave the keys? Is this the first time I've ever seen this name? I feel like that's the first time I've ever seen that mom's name. Okay, whatever. Mom hustled you all out of the door. You noticed during the car ride to golf practice that Lizzie was quieter than usual. She was usually the first one to request which music to listen to in the car, but she didn't say a thing. Your parents know she wasn't in the mood to be bothered. Excuse me. They gave her space, and mommy just asked you what you'd like to listen to. You picked your favorite song. It was made the car ride more fun. You chose the soundtrack to a cool movie you saw a couple months ago. Just a song that you knew Lizzie liked. Maybe that would cheer up. I'm a cheer up Lizzie. I mean, I'm not. I snitched on her technically, but honestly, I'm not about to get in trouble because I didn't even do anything wrong. I have nothing to apologize for because I wasn't even playing with y'all. You were happy to see it brighten her up right away, and she started singing along with you. Soon enough, her bad mood was a thing of the past. When the car ride was over, you spent the twilight hours watching Lizzie hit things with other girls her age. You didn't know much about golf, but you could tell that she really liked it, so you sat with your moms and tried to puzzle it out. It was nice sitting outside after being cooped up in the house all day, and you stretched out your legs to let the last few minutes of sun warm your skin. When the sun was finally out of sight, dipping behind the horizon, you all got ready to leave. Once again, this is a beautiful sight. Kudos to whoever set this up. You did a great job. Whoever designed this or drew this, or I mean, I feel like there's some 3D elements going on here, but whoever did this, really great work. Really great work. Instead of going straight home, your mom took the family out to the diner, dinner, out to dinner. You went to a restaurant you had been all wanting to go to ever since you could remember. Earlier, you had caught the tail end of your sister's argument with Cole, but you could kind of tell that all this helped Lizzie be less angry. The car ride home was quiet, with only the radio providing escape from silence. Lizzie had been in better spirits now, but the closer you got to your neighborhood, the more she wiggled in her seat and frowned out the window. She knew what was coming when you all got back home. Clearly, she was dreading it. Soon enough, Mom was turning onto your street, then reversing into the driveway. Once she cut the ignition, it was dead silent. No one spoke, only unbuckled their seats and opened their doors. Lizzie was the last one out. Once everyone was inside and done taking off their shoes, she propped her hands on her hips. Alright, now then, Mr. Holden's car is in his driveway, so he should be back from work. That's good news, isn't it, Elizabeth? You and Cove can hash things out before the day's done. Lizzie didn't complain or put up a fight. Her head ducked so she didn't have to meet anyone's eyes. She nodded once. Good, let's move this into the kitchen. Mom went over to the house phone, the rest of you following behind her. Mommy put a gentle hand on Lizzie's shoulder as they walked side by side. You watched them from the back. That this was only happening because you told on Lizzie. You didn't regret it. You felt a little guilty, like you had betrayed your sister. You didn't like doing it, but had to. But it was her fault for doing it in the first place. I feel a little guilty. You could still remember the look on Lizzie's face. There was no doubt she felt that way about it. Lizzie could hold a grudge if she was really upset. Would she hold this over you? Oh, you hope not. Before you stood around the kitchen in a lopsided square, all eyes around Lizzie, who kept her gaze on her feet. You remember the number for Cove's house, don't you, honey? Lizzie jerked her head in another nod, sullen. Without further prompting, she stepped forward and she began to dial. Mom reached over, pressed a button on the base. Suddenly, you could hear the phone ringing. She turned on the speaker. The phone rang on a couple of times and stopped. Mr. Holden's warm voice came through the other end. Evening, Holden residence. Lizzie looked over at her mom and sure she nodded encouragingly. Hi, Mr. Holden. It's, Lizzie. Can I talk to Cove? Lizzie Williams? What a surprise! But of course you can say hi to the boy. Uh, he sounded cheery as usual, though definitely meant it when he said it was a surprise. You thought hard, and you were sure that your sister had never called Cove's house before. Mom spoke up for before Mr. Holden or Lizzie could say anything more. Her arms were crossed over her chest, her lips pursed. Hi, Cliff. Nolani, Jackie, and I are here too. Good evening. We're both sorry to bother you so late. You spoke up to say hello. You said nothing to Cove's dad. Hi. The gang's all here, huh? Is something the matter? His voice grew a bit concerned. Mommy was quick to reassure him. No, well, yes, but it's going to be okay. Lizzie and Cove got into a bit of a fight today. We were hoping that the two of them could talk and make up. Is this a good time for you and Cove? A fight? Cove didn't tell me anything about that when I came home. It does explain the funk he's been in tonight. He chuckled lightly. Despite that, it didn't seem like he really thought it was funny. Anyway, it's good. It's good. You didn't catch us at a bad time. I'll go grab it for you. Are you sure that Cole wants to even talk? Because he left in a huff. He was like, I ain't got time for this shit. Um, there was some shuffling on the other end. He must not have gone far because you could still hear him calling out. Cove, there's someone on the phone for you. After a beat of silence, there was more muffling talking from Cove's dad. Come on, bud. Lizzie called just so she could talk to you. It took a bit of back and forth, though the conversation seemed one sided since you couldn't hear Cove properly. Eventually, Cove took the phone from his dad. Hello? Hey, it's Lizzie. Yeah, I know. Dad told me. Cove's tone was defensive. Lizzie turned to Mom, scowling. One stern look from her, though, and Lizzie turned away. I just called to say I'm sorry for not playing nice with you today. I won't do it again. Lizzie's eyes were downcast, her voice low. You could tell she felt uncomfortable apologizing to Cove in front of everyone. She was still being genuine about feeling bad. Cove must have realized that too because he sighed deeply, quietly. Why I say deeply? Ugh. All right. I want gold. What? Oh yeah, they were complaining about the Olympics or something like that. Like if I had stayed there and like actually like played with them, I would have realized they were arguing about what type of medal they've got, and he wanted gold, and for some reason he couldn't have that or something. I can't remember. Lizzie was momentarily stunned, silent by the demand. You had no idea what it meant. All right, you win the gold. Okay, I guess I'm sorry too. What? After he got what he wanted, now he's sorry. See, I just told you he's a little shit. A sense of relief washed over everyone at his acceptance of the apology. Mama crossed her arms while Mommy's shoulders relaxed. Lizzie's eyebrows raised up. You wonder if she thought that he'd refuse her apology. Dad, can I get off the phone now? You couldn't see him, but it was obvious that Cole felt awkward about the situation. He had come off uncomfortable the entire time, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back to your room if you want. Be sure to say goodbye first, though. Bye, Lizzie. Bye. With that said, Cove must have handed the phone to his dad and left since Mr. Holden spoke up. All's well that ends well, as they say. Thanks for arranging this. I'm sure he appreciates it. Gosh damn it. As Mom replied, Lizzie tugged on Mommy's hand to catch her attention. Can I go now, too? Sure, sweetie. Thank you very much for apologizing to Cove. Mom flashed a brief smile at Lizzie and nodded her agreements. Whatever. Well, Lizzie seemed fine. That's what this whole sentence means. She is fine. Alright. Mom and Mommy returned to the phone, taking it off the speaker. They continued to talk to Mr. Holden. You couldn't tell what about. You were glad that was the end of it all. Lizzie and Cove might not get along, and probably still won't, but they weren't mad at each other anymore. Mom and Mommy weren't upset either. Everything was finally back to normal. With that thought, you retreated to your own room with a spring in your step. Whew. And we are at the 1 hour mark. Thank you guys for hanging on and like watching this video. I'm getting off because I'm actually tired. It's very uncomfortable to sit in this chair for this long, and I'm not drawing but like talking. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Thanks again for watching, and bye.